Laison. My name is Bubba de Laison.
I don't know.
I let the song go. That's our thing. Yeah, that's fun. So you have headphones. Put one in so you get the whole experience. If you have one in. You're a bit quiet. I actually can't hear you. I was just being
But
rebelling.
you did hear me. You know what I said.
I was just rebelling. Yeah. So, okay, tell me about the potato hot dish.
It's potatoes and it's like casserole, I think.
Well, because she's from...
Minnesota. Oh no, she said she lived in Minnesota for
Yes.
and she's just like, yeah, we got some potato hot dish. Potato hot dish. So hash brown hot dish. Or something.
We got
Hot ham water. Yeah, ooh, there was an SNL thing. It was ham and bubbly. It was chunks of ham and champagne. And it was that John Ham and it's a ham and bubbly, and it was just like chunks of salt and pork floating in champagne.
Look, okay, so Katie, yeah, she's not from Nebraska.
I don't know.
She's from...
I think she's from all over.
She's from all over. I think you can only be from one place.
She's lived in a few places. I mean, it's like saying I'm from California. I am from California.
You're from all over town.
Yeah.
All over the country. There's no pinning you down. Alright, well we are certifiably live right now, if you can believe that.
The overture.
We made it.
So you all know
No, we gotta go through the whole song. You can't let it...
I feel like it's been going for a while.
It goes through the whole song. Yeah. It's easier if you, if you're listening, so then you know it's over. So we're going, I mean. And now we're at the point where we can just transition over to the real show. You didn't let it fade.
You told me we were at the point where we can transition into fade.
And then you went right away, though.
I'm sorry.
It was supposed to be like an implied, let the fade, let the song end, and then we'll get
I think
going.
it was fine. I think it was great. Is it okay if the ball's visible? It's okay if they can see her ball.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
Let's leave the tip between us.
Tip.
I think that's better.
Move back and forth.
So, okay, we don't have Walden.
No,
we
he's
tried.
gone.
We tried really hard to get him. He actually said he was going to be on
He's
earlier.
missing. If anyone's at an international hostel down in Florida, you should go look for him.
Yeah, he'll be the one guy who speaks English.
Yeah, all he has to do is yell like hello and not hola. And
Apparently we're loud. We must be loud.
We're loud?
Turn the volume down, he says. Well, too bad. Yeah. Just turn it down, I guess.
Taking the headphone out.
Take the headphone out.
We could turn this volume down.
No, just leave it. Just to make it consistent. And then they can turn it.
No.
They said turn down. Okay. Why is our volume so loud? How's this? Is this better? Are we doing better? Not you. I'm so confused. Oh, he just had it up. Well, turn it up again.
Damn it,
I try to listen to you guys, and you throw me off. We were doing fine. Ron should turn his own volume. That's what I was saying.
I'm blaming Abe again.
That's what
He gave us a second. He gave us a second opinion that says turn it down. So we're like, oh, turn it down. Yeah.
Anyway, so we tried to get Walden because he's supposed to do the news. Like what happened in this last week.
It's
Because
like his whole thing.
we live under a rock because we've been filming this movie, so we haven't really seen a whole lot, and we don't really know what's happening in the world. But Walden, he's very in tune with everything. He's out there. He's in the field. He's doing assignments. He's off to the Middle East all the time.
He's a perfectly tuned guitar.
He tunes guitars.
Yeah.
He's in tune with the news. He's in Bernie Sanders
He
rallies.
drives tuner cars. He's got
Takes the Greyhound buses.
Oh yeah, sure.
You know his name and what it stands for.
He's a pinball wizard.
Sure plays a mean pinball. Is he calling you right now?
No, I don't know. I keep getting constant calls from these out-of-state numbers.
And you can't even take them because your phone is broken.
No, yeah.
So it only does speakerphone.
I just kind of ignore them because.
Have you ever answered a stranger with on speakerphone?
No.
And you're like, hello. You wouldn't be louder. That's not.
I usually do say it. So I'm like, hello, and then
it's like I'm talking to like a walkie-talkie.
All right, that's how I do it.
Ready to go?
Yeah, I'll drive and
let's get out of here.
Hello, can you hear me?
I don't know what happened to the walkie-talkies. We had set walkie-talkies on the first two movies.
I think they're in the back of Ben's car. They were probably one of the big.
Why didn't he bring them out ever? You know how fun it is to talk into the walkie-talkie when you're on set?
Necessary.
You're like, yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, come back.
Let's go. And then sometimes you pick up there's like people hunting deer.
Yeah, we got like random truckers and stuff last time. Yeah, that's fun.
That's fun. Fun stuff. We're basically done with principal photography right now. We got a couple pickups. We got to get a couple little scenes.
Yeah, just a few little insert shots.
See if there's any footage that's corrupted and we can't fix.
I think it's fine.
Maybe a little thing. I'm freaking out. I'm very upset about it.
We might have to reshoot the whole thing. We'll see.
See, this is.
Edited around the corruption.
I
so
think
it
Ben
doesn't
could
jump.
reshoot the same movie and be happy with it. I think that he's the kind of person that just like can handle that. Whereas
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
no, let's
just
just
give
make a new
up.
movie. Let's shoot
Yeah.
something else right now.
All right.
Let me write a script tonight.
You could probably just cut it into a short film. Just dodge all the corruption.
No, I'd just be like, screw it, I'm over it. I'm
well,
done.
yeah. I think we'll fix it. It'll be fine. So yeah.
So you have the news roundup.
I
That's
do.
where was
I
going
have a
with that.
backup news roundup, kind of.
Backup news
We've
roundup.
got a few places we can start off with if you want. Do we want news? We want to start off.
Look at this. Show them this thing you got. You got it all written out.
I got
Show them. Put it in
Look.
front of the camera. They
Look
can
at
see.
that.
They can see how much you prepared. That's the most you've
wait.
prepared since we had a real show on a radio station.
Vegetable lasagna notes.
Oh, you're messing up the color.
Yeah. Oh, it'll come back. Don't worry. Hey.
Okay, so
Auto color correction.
Educate me. What's going on in the world? What do I
first.
need to know?
Okay. Well, you are a big fan of composting, correct?
We got WTF. Did we mess something up? Abe scared
No,
me.
yeah. Stop paying attention to Abe.
Yeah,
Pay attention to me.
I'm sorry.
He's not the show. I'm the show. Watch me, not him. So, anyways, you like your composting, right? You're pretty smart when it comes to composting. You know a few things.
I do like.
You've been around the composting.
I got 2 piles out there.
No beating around the heap with you.
No beating around the heap. I got
okay.
steam all day long. Buddy.
Well, speaking of steam, how hot do you want your compost?
I don't
to
know
be?
exactly.
You don't know the exact temperatures?
What I do is I try to mix the nitrogen and carbon enough that it steams, and then
Okay.
I'm happy. So
Well,
I don't.
anyways.
I'm like a real redneck composter here. I literally just I separate my trash. I'm like an eco-friendly redneck, where I haven't really researched any of it, but I know
Okay.
that things will biodegrade.
Well-
so that's all I do.
In a landfill, basically what they try to do is they try to make it so that everything is at 140 degrees, which is your optimal composting temperature. So the things inside the pit do compost and break down and degrade. But there is a landfill, and where's this place at? Sorry, I lost it already. Bridgeton.
You're doing so well.
It's in St.
You're almost
Louis,
at it.
in St. Louis, Illinois, and instead of 140 degrees, it's 260.
Okay.
And it is essentially on fire on the inside. Like the inside of their compost heap has gotten so hot that it is burning, and the burn is spreading throughout the compost heap. And
That's good, right?
No, it's not, because when it gets too hot, you start releasing noxious chemicals and poisonous gas and shit like that. And it gets even better. Not only is it just a landfill, but about 1,000 feet away, there is 8,700 tons of radioactive waste from.
Just hanging out.
Well, yeah, they mix it with dirt and they dispose of it in the landfill, chilling out next to the fire, and the fire is slowly creeping towards all the radioactive waste.
Why did it get so hot?
which-
What did they do?
It's they don't know. Like it's something. There's something mixed together, breaks down when all this stuff starts going on. Gases or flammable gases are getting made, methane and shit like that, and it gets too hot and it ignites.
Spontaneously
But
combusting
it's not.
biodegradation.
It's not. Yeah, it's not necessarily on fire. It's called like spontaneous subterranean like.
How's it spontaneous if it
It's
just
because
happens?
it starts making a bunch of gases and shit like that, and eventually it gets just hot enough in one spot, it all starts burning.
Feel the burn.
And so, but it's not like it's a flameless burn, so it's pretty much just smoldering. Their whole landfill, like this smolder has been going.
Do you have pictures of this?
I don't.
On you?
But the thing
Did you
is,
take any pictures?
No, I
that you
didn't
can show me?
actually go. It's
You
in
didn't
St.
go?
Louis. We can
Yeah.
go. It's only a few hours away.
Let's go see the compost
yeah.
before we die.
But
Before we all die.
well, apparently this is it's a common thing. It's just normally not on this large of a scale.
Abe says, I feel like this sounds like the plot of a father-son superhero
That's
film.
exactly what I was thinking. As I'm reading this, and it sounds like this, just like this. It sounds like a Roland Emmerich, like end of the world. Like our landfill's burning.
Well,
it's
it's
getting
like-
close to the radioactive waste. We're just going to release a cloud of gas and kill us all.
It's like if
And,
someone told us to do a Roland Emmerich movie, though, where it's like,
Yeah.
what's my frame of reference? Like, oh, what if it's this crazy
Composting,
compost thing,
yeah.
radioactive compost, and then it's, oh my god, and then they're all going to die, so they got to stop it. So how do they stop it? That's
The thing is it's incredibly hard to put out a flameless fire.
can't just put water in it.
Well, it takes what is it? 300 liters per kilogram.
Like gallons?
300.
Use the don't metric
I think it's
this.
about 3.5 liters is a gallon.
Wait. How many liters?
300
So it's like a huge bottle.
per kilogram.
Like Bloomberg
of
would not let you
burning
drink
waste.
that. Okay.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, you'd have to totally saturate it. Like you'd have to get like the whole entire like section soaked because I mean it's when it's it's not like actually.
But
on
if you
fire,
just put a
it's
ton of
just
water
solid.
on it, then you're okay.
But that's 300 liters per pound.
How did it
Not
get
even
that bad
pound,
though?
million.
Did you answer that?
It's just
They just put two. They just got.
they don't like. It's apparently it's a common thing. It's just normally not on this bad of a scale.
They just accidentally corrected Da Vinci Code for how to make the hottest compost. In
Yeah,
the world.
apparently, and it's ridiculous. Like, and what is going on? There was more here. They're trying to fix it with some with pipes. Essentially, they sunk down
Just
some pipes
air?
to radiate. Yeah, so like the hot air comes up and it burns outwards instead of like towards the heat. You know, towards
the beat.
the beat. No,
What was that? What do you mean?
I don't know what that was. Towards the radioactive shit, and
Get into the beat.
there was more. No,
No, there wasn't more.
like apparently
Okay,
this is like fresh news. This is like
Fresh news.
This fresh.
It hasn't biodegraded yet.
compost.
Yeah, it
Right.
hasn't rotted.
They released their statement on the 28th or 29th of April. It's
Statement.
like on my birthday. Well, the company that runs the landfill.
How'd you come across this news? What were you doing?
It was like it was a recommended link on some other news site I was reading. Like I followed some tech blog, and they had this link that was like, how do you put out an underground flameless fire or something like that.
They're like killer.
And like we currently have this giant
Killer
flame.
compost.
Yeah, well, it's a normal thing. Like there's a mountain in Australia called the Burning Mountain, and there's literally been a coal fire burning under it for about 6,000 years. And it's just
Man-made?
No, it's just been going.
Nature made?
Nature made.
Nature's like,
It's it's
Coal.
coal. Yeah, and it got hot enough that it's set on fire. And there's like
get that beat.
You have to wait for it all to burn out. Basically, it'll just keep burning until all the fuel's used up.
That's exactly
And-
what that's Sanders' whole, I think,
Yeah.
argument for why he's still in the race.
He's going to turn us into a big.
You just have to let him burn out because he won't stop otherwise. You can't just douse him with enough
Yeah.
water. So picture we got Will as the star of our Roland Emmerich movie. He has to go stop the giant compost. You're the only man who can do it.
The twist is
Okay.
that their super low tech solution is you just separate
Yeah, you just.
the pits. Yeah,
Right,
like
yeah,
you dig a big trench.
That's what they
down.
say. Like, if
But that's also incredibly expensive whenever your whole landfill is fucking massive. And
well,
gotta
just
move-
one shovel at
you
a
gotta move
time.
thousands of pounds of trash.
You just get some people in
And,
there.
it's like if you find out that you got too far behind, you're screwed because then you got to go all the way around it again. It's just
I think
it's all fucked.
the way we do anything, one shovel full at a time.
It's just crazy that apparently just leaving a bunch of trash sitting there, it'll eventually just set itself on fire.
There's some
From the
horror
inside out.
stories about people who just have like compost in their backyard,
Yeah.
and somehow it like heats up whatever they have in it enough that it starts a little fire.
Yeah, it's essentially that, but it's
Yeah,
just
but
it's
on a
landfill.
huge scale, on an
Oh, yeah.
apocalyptic, on a polka-apocalyptic scale.
It goes down 140 feet.
That's
burning.
so that's a lot of
that's a
shovels.
lot. Yeah, that's a lot of shoveling.
A huge shovel.
Yes, like a bulldozer.
Snowplow
Yeah,
through it.
Just drive straight into it.
That would be Will's plan. He's got to get like a huge snowplow.
He assembles the snowplows of St. Louis, Illinois.
We're going. Come on, guys.
Yeah, like their whole fleet. It's like Mad Max.
Robber. Yeah, that's what it would be. Except it's like they just have to push trash into different piles.
He assembles
That's
his
all they
B-12 war rig, and him and Charlie Stare and go riding into the landfill.
You like movies? You ever make a movie? Do we ever tell the story about that?
We've told most of our stories a few times now, I think.
We're just going over all the same material over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, this story was Ben and I were getting our first movie to film or to screen at a local theater, and we didn't really know what we were doing. We weren't sure how exactly to get it all set up. And Will was with us, and
Which is always a great start. I mean,
the marketing, she's like the marketing director. I think we were meeting with. We were in the theater waiting for it to be projected by the projectionist, and she was kind of attractive. Is probably still. I think
it was hot outside. Will just he couldn't control himself, and
he just looks at her at one point and he's like, "So, you like movies?" And we're like, "Oh God!" And she's like, "Yeah." He's like,
all right.
"You ever made a movie before?" It was just like it hadn't quite turned over into blatant flirtation, but it was just enough on the verge that we were like, "Oh no, there goes our movie screening."
Guess we gotta find a different theater now.
If you ever made a movie, this is like exhausted Will. He just I think worked all night and he comes to.
He didn't have his
come to
club
meeting.
soda. He was not
How's
properly
your club
refreshed.
soda?
That was another good story. Is we're all sitting at the bar in the theater because apparently that's a thing now. Every theater has to have a bar. Which I mean, I'm not complaining. It's a great innovation.
We already spoiled the story though.
But yeah, no, he's sitting at the bar and the guy's like, "Hey, what can I get you to drink?" And he's like, "Well, how's your club soda?"
We don't. Yeah.
I'm just like, okay.
I'm remembering now that I look at us how rosy our cheeks are. It's not that we have a new makeup lady. We've got the same makeup lady
Same
we've always
one as
had.
always,
Cheryl.
Moose's mom.
Yes.
She's the resident makeup person.
We're actually our entire troupe is just completely sunburnt.
Oh god, it's
horribly
so bad.
sunburnt right now.
Oh.
Chris is like whole back,
yeah,
showing some skin,
it's just so
showing
red,
that beat.
and it's so painful, and it's just like I have to sleep on my face now because it's like my stomach's just not as burnt as my back, and so it's slightly less painful to lay that way.
Like, generally, you'd say sleeping on your stomach.
It's more like I have to
on
like,
your face.
It's
you can't
it's
move
not
your
good.
face to the side.
It's not comfortable on my neck.
So you're literally like,
I got both my pillows kind of like at an angle to my face, and there's like a clearance for.
it's like you're gonna get a massage.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
just like need to sleep in a massage table.
And yeah, it's. Whew, it sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta wear like 4 layers at work, and like I've got like an apron with like a strap that just wears into my neck. I threw on my backpack to carry the laptop, and just
you had to stop and cry for a few minutes.
I took it off my back and I just carried it.
Yeah. So, but we're very colorful this week, which is what
High
I
contrast.
noticed. Yeah, and I think we look like ready to do a show.
Shut up, babe. We're not drunk.
No, we're really not.
Yeah,
I haven't had anything today. To
Nothing.
drink. Just water and coffee.
Yeah.
That's all I'm running on.
Mostly coffee for me today.
Yeah. I've been thinking about, I don't know if I've ever talked about it before, but I had this, years ago my dad had sent me a link to do a water cleanse where you only drink water for a week and you don't eat anything.
See, I heard that can be bad for you though, because you can get like water intoxication.
What is water intoxication?
It's pretty much, it's when you drink just too much
You get
water
drunk?
constantly. Well, it can make you sick and die if you do for too long.
Well, for a week?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't died from it.
Well, I was thinking Aubrey's gone for the next 3 weeks.
You're gonna try it?
So I'm like, well, I don't have to make dinner now, so
I'll just have water.
maybe I should just not eat for a week and see what happens.
What can I get you? Just water.
How's your water?
Go to the restaurant. Go to the restaurant down the street, get some water. That's it.
How's your water?
How's your water?
You ever drink water? You ever go to
Can you
water
have club
cleanse?
soda? Does that count?
Well, it gets into how orthodox we want to be here. I think of myself as more of like
You're an orthodox
I'm like a
water cleanser?
reform water cleanser. I can stretch the rules a little bit. Like,
A relaxed water.
could I not have coffee? No. I mean, it'd be like a coffee and water
It's
cleanse.
just bean infused water.
Yeah, it's basically just water,
pretty much just water.
really. I mean, I'm just like soaking something. Lowers the electrolytes in your brain. What do I need the electrolytes in my brain? I mean,
Yeah, that's what plants crave. You need them.
I'm not a plant.
That's the thing is that the electrolytes kill the plants. That's fine. You need.
So I'm not convinced, in other
You need
words.
them, but the plants don't. You're not gonna die, but the plants gonna die.
Maybe on the highway.
Yeah.
Well, so that might happen. And so what I was thinking would be fun is
Maybe you should take like a multivitamin with it just in case.
So
you have some kind of nutrition, because otherwise
that's true.
You have no
That's
nutritional
reform.
value for a week.
That's really like reform water cleanse right there.
I feel like
we're
that's
really
what
getting
it
into
is.
changing things there. This is not, how it was intended to be in
I
the
mean, a
original
lot of
blog
vitamins
post.
can like speed up your bladder process and whatnot. Like you take like niacin, vitamin B. I think it's like B6. I think it's B6, something like that is niacin. If you take that, you're gonna piss like a pregnant woman. It is insane. Like, but it's.
I accidentally looked down.
That'll take you on your bed.
I saw the first thing on your list. It threw me off a little bit. I think I need to hear that story.
That's a pretty good story. I think this one's funny. You want to hear the story?
Yeah, I want to hear that story.
Well, the first story I have, in my note, all it says is half wolf man.
I like that because you already think a wolf man is half wolf, half man.
But
He's probably more man than badger.
that kind of works though with what he was telling me. And
Okay,
so
well.
I'm at work, and I don't remember
Baking?
Yeah, I'm baking. Yeah, I'm baking bread, and there's this other guy chilling. He's prepping all the food for the front of the store. He gets like some things just need to be assembled beforehand. He puts all of them together. He just chills. in the
Some
back
things
and-
just need to be assembled beforehand.
Yeah, some assembly required, and vegetable lasagna, some assembly required. That really works.
I think that's taken, I'm sure.
I know, but it fits us so well because we always have to spend like a half hour getting set up.
Not today.
Yeah, that's true.
We were
ready.
Today we thought we were more messed up than we were.
Yeah.
So,
But anyways, the half wolf man. I'm at work. We're chit chatting, we're talking. This guy lifts up some big box, throws it over his head, puts it on the top
if
shelf.
a wolf identifies as a man, could we call it like a trans man?
Trans man.
But it only
That's sexist.
it started as
It'd
a
be
wolf.
trans person or what if it was
Anyway,
a she wolf?
Continue.
But anyways, so he's a weird guy, and he just kind of gets off on his own little tangents, and he keeps going sometimes.
Give us an example.
Like here we go. So the whole wolf.
Let's another one.
You'll understand.
Ease me into this.
I don't know. He can like start talking about like movies, and he'll just keep going. Like he'll start like quoting off Monty Python and just keep going forever.
Do you like my song
And
reference?
then yeah, like it's kind of like that kind of. But just no, it's not as annoying, and he's a little more contained with it. But
Okay.
anyways, he's talking. He's like, yeah, I have this really small frame, but I can lift like these big boxes so super easily. And he does not have a small frame. He's like 6-7 feet tall. He's like Ben height. He's this big dude, got these big shoulders. He's kind of a nerd, so I feel like he just doesn't realize that he's not like a tiny little guy.
His personality, like years of not being cool, in terms of his personality, has made him think that he has the physique of someone who is as not cool
he
as
thinks
he
that
is.
he's like this scrawny little dude, but he's taller than me. He's huge. He's not like buff, but he's got like big arms and legs. And he's a big guy.
He identifies as a scrawny guy.
He does,
but he's not.
And he's like,
okay.
He's telling me, he's like, hey, I've got like this tiny frame, but sometimes I have this strength. I don't know where it comes from. And I asked my doctor once, and I'm like, hey, is there any way that I might have like some wolf DNA from some of my ancestors or something? And he's like, the doctor told me there's pretty much no way in hell that could have happened, but I still think there's a chance. I'm like,
whoa, that's a.
I know. And I'm like, all right.
Does he not know how babies are made?
I don't know. And he's like, yeah, I think there's some residual wolf DNA in there somewhere, and it gives me this strength. And
there's some residual wolf DNA.
And every once in a while, I can move these things that I shouldn't be able to move, and I feel super strong.
Wolf?
I don't know.
Why did you do wolf of all things?
I don't understand. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah. And the first thing I thought as soon as he said that, I'm like, one, you don't have the physique of a small guy. You don't have a small frame. And it's like
he's bigger than a wolf. I bet.
Yeah, he's much. Well, wolves can be pretty big, but yeah, you'd be surprised. But he's. I'm just like, okay. I guess you're part wolf.
Could be.
I just had to go with it.
And he literally, it's like,
I couldn't tell him.
This doesn't seem like a real story. Who goes to their doctor?
I don't know. He told me that.
Some wolf
he asked
DNA?
He asked his doctor if it's possible for there to be wolf DNA in like a human.
Why does he think wolf though?
I don't know.
Where does that?
He's weird. He's like
it's a very specific animal.
He was telling me today how he wants to go work for Walt Disney. Like he said it like that. He's like, I want to go down to Florida and work for Walt Disney. I'm like, Walt Disney's been dead forever. Like,
he's frozen.
Yeah, it still counts as dead. If your heart's not beating, you're dead.
Can't argue that one.
That's the indicator. If your heart stops, you're considered dead. And dead.
I mean,
your brain can still be going. Is the thing. Your brain
does cryogenic freezing work?
The thing is that I think it theoretically works. It works. Yeah, it's one of those things.
I like that you.
It's like they think it should work, but they haven't figured out the second half of the whole reviving process. I think is what.
So in other words, it doesn't work.
So no, it doesn't work.
It's a cool idea.
That's what the quote's
but it doesn't work.
It's one of those things where like, yeah, theoretically we should be able to freeze someone. And,
I like this idea though that 50 years from now, like, oh, we can bring Walt back.
Yeah.
And he comes back and he's like, what am I gonna do here?
He's like, why only 50 years? Like, put me back in the chamber. I want to go back. What if he was having a really good dream?
What's he gonna do when he comes back?
I don't know. He's gonna be outdated by animation standards. He's gonna be so far behind. He's not gonna know how to work Flash.
He's gonna be old, right? He was in like 50s, right? At least. I don't know how old. I don't know. I don't really know much about Walt Disney, but I mean anybody like. He died. What's he need to come back for?
I just love how he says, I'm gonna go work for Walt Disney. And it's just
what's he gonna do for Walt?
I don't know. I don't know if he draws, I guess, but I don't think he does like animation. I think he's just
he's gonna be one of those like old-timey 24 frames per second picture.
Draw him each one. He's working in a little animation sweatshop. Do you have a story? You have a whole list too.
This is awkward now. We're jumping from story to story. We both brought some preparation and I'm a little weirded out by it. Why don't we jump into the main draw of the show, which is, I promised, a very completely in-depth look at Deadpool.
You keep making me do all the talking. You're not doing any talking. This is all me. It's freaking me out. I'm not used to it.
Well, you're doing a good job.
All right.
So everyone here, all 4 people watching right now, are here for Deadpool.
Yes.
They want you to talk so much about Deadpool,
Oh,
get into every nook and cranny of Deadpool, and explore it all. Explore every crack, every crevice, every orifice. Let's get it all. What's up with Deadpool?
Well, the first thing is, speaking of cracks and orifices.
Jesus. Okay.
I mean, one of the disclaimers I heard going into it is, it's like Always Sunny. Everyone's like, oh yeah, whoever it is in Thundergun hangs dong. Everyone's like, oh yeah, Ryan Reynolds hangs dong.
Oh, you've been telling me that for months.
Yeah, you see. Well, that's one of the things that I heard. Is like, oh yeah, you hear Ryan Reynolds. You see what you hear.
You hear Ryan Reynolds dong.
Yeah.
And you get to the beat.
He bangs dong.
That's
the gong dong. You hear it for sure.
All right.
But no, I must have missed it because I didn't see it. Because that was one of the things.
You were looking there.
Everyone, it's like everyone at work was like, "Oh yeah, you see Reynolds' dick," and I'm like, "Okay, sure, whatever."
You're all flustered and bothered now. You're thinking about it. Okay.
Yeah, I must have missed that scene because I didn't see it. So I was like, okay.
Did you go to the bathroom?
No, I didn't at all. Not during the
You
whole
were
thing.
you were ready every second of the movie to see it. Was he naked at any point?
Yeah, kind of. He was in like a little glass chamber, but I mean, he had like his hands over his dong. And there was like metal like straps. It was like a Fifth Element type shit where they have like you know, you kind of there's something barely obscuring it. And I was like, I don't think that counts. You know, there's plenty of nudity in every movie like nowadays. It's not like a big deal.
People get dong in other movies.
I was just looking for because we made a big deal about it. You know, so it's like one of those like it was big. You know.
Right.
But anyways, the movie was okay. I wasn't thoroughly impressed. I mean, it was funny.
Well, okay, so we should back up here.
Yeah, you want some basic premise?
Well,
Did you see the X-Men Origins movie?
yeah, the Wolverine one with Ryan Reynolds. He doesn't have a mouth,
Yeah, well, he has a mouth this time.
unfortunately.
And they make a little jab at that, of course. He's like, "What if I sewed your mouth shut?" And it's like,
To be honest, I think I prefer Ryan Reynolds without a mouth.
well, the whole point, the weird, you know, the whole tagline for Deadpool is he's the merc with a mouth.
Yeah,
So
I'm just.
it's kind of his whole thing.
I saw the
It's
trailer and it just
kinda
looked
like-
annoying.
Yeah. Well, they kind of took a bunch of the more annoying shit and they threw it all in the trailer. I would say all the annoying things you see in the trailer and every other thing you see is slightly less annoying than that. Which, I mean, if that makes you feel better, I
Okay.
mean, you know what I mean? It's kind of like...
Well, people are like, "Oh, you don't like superhero movies? You'll love this one," and I just like,
I
the
don't know.
dong was not
I
enough
think
to get me to
There were a
watch.
lot of really funny moments.
Legitimately funny. Like,
Yes, I think so, yeah. Like, I think there were a
Do
few...
you like Ryan Reynolds?
No, I do not. I cannot stand Ryan Reynolds, and I thought I had some good moments in it. T.J. Miller was hilarious in it. 'Cause
You like T.J. Miller?
He is always funny, yes. He's a great guy. See, I can say that like I've met this guy because I've met this one.
You have
That's
met
fine.
TJ.
I've met TJ.
You know TJ?
I met my TJ. Yeah.
What's
yeah.
his first name?
TJ. I don't know. I didn't ask. Like,
TJ!
But yeah,
I don't think that's his first name.
it's, well, you know,
We've lost a viewer
if
since you
someone says
started.
they go by MJ, you don't call him by whatever the M stands for. You
No,
call
I
him
was
MJ.
I was
So
meaning
call
to
him
demonstrate
TJ.
how
And it's
well
like-
you know him personally,
Yeah.
but you're like, "Oh yeah, Timothy."
Yeah. I don't know. He was in town doing a show at the
I-
comedy club. And it's like,
You touch him?
No, I didn't touch him.
Yeah.
I didn't go, hey.
I touched
Hey,
him the other day.
TJ. Yeah, you did. Did you?
Yeah, I shook hands with him. My man.
Oh, was he at Creighton that one day?
Yeah, that one.
Nice,
yeah,
that's
that
cool.
one
I
time.
didn't know. I didn't know
Yeah.
you actually met him. You never told me that.
Did I not?
No,
Oh,
that's exciting. Did you meet Matt Damon?
you can.
No,
this
hey, Matt Damon.
This was he was there that day, but this was years ago.
I thought this was
he was
the-
there. And, he was location scouting there when I was there, and so I ran down and said hi. And
he just like sprinted out.
I kind of did.
He like screams for security. And
Yeah. I abandoned the people I was with at the time, and because I heard he was in the building, I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll be right back." So I ran down, and it's a big building, so I didn't know where. So I'm like running around, I'm running everywhere, and then I find him, and I'm kind of out of breath, and I looked really stupid. I just wanted to find him, but I was like, I didn't really have a lot of time, so I just came down and said, "Hey, I like your movies."
Okay, so back to Deadpool, since we got sidetracked a little bit there.
Oh, we're talking about
Basic,
entertainment. That's so much more interesting,
I know,
isn't
right?
it? Okay,
Well,
yeah.
The basic premise is that Ryan Reynolds has cancer.
Yeah.
And he is a like ex-special forces dealio who now just hangs out at a bar, and I guess people
Living
pay,
life,
people
living the dream.
People pay him money, and he goes and beats up like their ex-boyfriends, not girlfriends,
Ex-boyfriends, girlfriends?
ex-boyfriends.
He
Like,
beats
he
women.
only beats up the dudes,
Okay.
slash stalkers, slash whatever. And it's this really corny, lame, like side job for him to have. Like I feel like it's just awkward. It doesn't really fit very well with anything. Like,
If you got in a bunch of fist fights, your knuckles would probably be messed up, right?
but it's like he's beating up like a teenager. He's beating up like this 20-year-old, like I guess 19. I guess if we're going with teenager, 19-year-old like pizza delivery guy because he's talking to some girl too much or texting her too much or some shit.
He beats up a 19.
He goes and like stabs like a knife in the wall next to his face, and he's like, "I'm gonna beat you up" or some shit. And I don't remember what he said.
I hope that was the
I don't
line.
remember exactly what he
I
said.
hope that's
but
exactly what it was.
It's something along those
Okay.
lines, and he finds out he has cancer. He gets a mysterious invite from this guy who's like, "We help out people like you who are terminal," and you know,
Wasn't Ryan
we make
Reynolds
you
just
better.
in a movie where a guy was dying and like he switched bodies with somebody because some guy was like, we're
That was
gonna help people like
Who
you.
was it? That was Ben Kingsley. Was it Ryan Reynolds?
I think so.
Was it?
Ben Kingsley becomes young Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
or like not
It's kinda like that,
current
but
age.
He gets sent to.
How did these guys hear about him?
Well, he's I don't know. He's ex-special forces and he's got medical
That
stuff.
cat runs
So
around
it all-
outside and it looks just like Sirius, and I freak out every time. I'm like, it's Sirius. He's running out. So anyway,
I don't know. I guess he has ties and they figured out he had cancer. You know, it's just one of those. Yeah, I'm sure
Does he have to
maybe the people got it from the doctor's office and they figured shit out like
how
that.
much does it cost?
No, it's free. The whole thing is that again. There's the twist.
Obamacare?
There's a twist though. Is the whole thing takes place in the X-Men universe, but there's only 2 X-Men that show up. And
Right.
they kind of acknowledge that, and
No Wolverine?
No Wolverine. They couldn't afford him, is what they said. I'm pretty sure.
Except they could, because it's the same studio. They own it. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm questioning how much of a budget they had, because half the movie takes place in
I think it's like
pretty much
60 million, I think.
Really?
Maybe.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to look that up.
Anyways, so yeah, he gets this mysterious call from, hey, we can cure your cancer, and you might get some extra super powers out super powders.
Want some super powder?
Cancer. They give you free cocaine with your X-Men powers.
58 million.
58 million. Wow, they made 760. That's not bad.
It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it really wasn't bad.
They all wanted to see that dong.
Yeah, apparently. $760 million worth of dong.
Ambiguous dong.
Ambiguous glass-covered dong.
Ryan Reynolds in Ambiguous Dong.
Ambiguously dong.
Ambiguously dong. Alright.
He goes...
Wait, okay, so explain the pay scale. That's what I'm stuck on.
Well, it's pretty much a trap is what it is. They say, hey, we're going to cure your cancer, you're going to get some special powers if you help us out a little bit.
And some powder.
And they take you there, they do this process.
Were they nice?
No, they're not nice.
They're like, hey, jerk, I'm going to cure your cancer.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much what
it is. And you'll get superpowers.
Well, the way they have to draw out the mutant DNA buried within everybody is they shoot them up with
Amber?
They shoot them up with, pretty much. I think they sucked it out of a mosquito or some shit. And then,
Did they?
No, they didn't.
Oh. I was going to say, it's familiar.
This is a very strange
Jurassic
Park reference.
Okay.
But
they can afford the rights to Jurassic Park, but not Hugh Jackman.
They shoot them up with the chemical, and they submit you through extreme physical trauma to get the mutant DNA to react and come out and form self-defense.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a whatever thing. They kind of say it's whatever, and they put them in this chamber that makes them it drops the amount of air in there to where it's right between where you're choking and able to breathe, so your brain freaks out because you can't breathe, but you can breathe, but when you can breathe, you can't breathe. It's really weird.
You can't breathe.
When you wear boxers, you actually get briefs, and then it's it makes it very uncomfortable. Then his mutant DNA comes out, and
so anyway.
He develops cancer all over his body, and he gets the weird mutant face and whatnot, and his whole body's fucked up. And
what about his dog?
The dog, I'd assume the dog is equally wrinkly.
Did you know the Elephant Man? That guy?
Did he have a mutated dog?
No, everything except that.
Really? He got very lucky, I guess.
Well, when Carl Pilkington talks about it, he's like, it's the one part you'd want to be like an elephant.
I guess that's true, too. I didn't think about it that way. But, what was it? Rasputin, real life Rasputin, apparently had a giant wart on the tip of his dong, and apparently they took his dick
and
they put it on display because it was so
weird. Just
the dick. His dick sample, the whole thing is on display in some museum because it's so ridiculously huge. And there's this wart on the tip, and apparently chicks had passed out from the pleasure of Mr. Rasputin. He used to throw massive sex parties.
This is also the guy though, where they say he got poisoned and shot and
thrown
over, and he comes back.
He's
the weirdest historical figure in the whole world.
And it's weird because I read that he actually wasn't a bad dude. When the whole royal family was getting murdered, he actually tried to save the youngest daughters and shit like that.
Anastasia?
Yeah.
So it's the opposite of that
Disney
movie.
Literally, it wasn't even Disney, was it? It was a 20th Century Fox. Really? I just know it wasn't Disney for some reason.
I haven't watched Anastasia in a long time. I don't know.
Yeah, so Ryan Reynolds / who were we just talking about? Rasputin.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, Ben Kingsley. And he eventually busts his way out of the glass chamber, beats up the other X-Men mutant guy who's kind of running the process, breaks out, blows up half the facility, runs away.
Right. So anyway, it's a trap though?
Yeah, because they were what he finds out they're gonna do is they throw these torture collars on you, and they make you do it's a super soldier program. It's slightly adapted from the X-Men Origins thing where they're trying to make super soldiers kind of slated.
I blocked out most of that movie.
Yeah, it's the typical super soldier trying to make a super soldier thing. That's but it messes with his brain. He goes a little bit crazy. He's talking to himself. He can see how he knows that they're in a movie basically and shit like that. Yeah, and
so
it's weird.
They're just doing a test. It's an elaborate test.
No, well they're trying to make super soldiers. Some people die out of it. Other ones,
right? They're not.
They get fucked up. They go crazy. Usually.
They don't know what they're doing.
They kind of have a general idea. They know the general idea of what's going to happen. They just sometimes it doesn't work on people.
Okay, but they've got a generous grant.
Yeah, and what they have to do is pretty much just keep torturing you until you
So we solved the money.
Snaps.
I figured out where the money comes from. I'm satisfied now.
Yeah,
okay.
And then,
Anyway, so there's a movie or something.
Yeah.
In addition.
And I was kind of disappointed because all the scenes in the trailer they show, like it's that street fight, right?
Yeah.
Like where he jumps out of the car.
I thought that that's all they could pay for when I watched the trailer.
And that's what you get. Like that's the feeling I got from watching the movie. Because that it takes a good 20, probably honestly like 3/4 of the movie to get past that. They
23 quarters of the
23
movie.
quarters of layer of lasagna, and it takes them so long to get past that first fight. And the first fight ends pretty quickly. Like they kind of get through, but there's so many like flashbacks of the whole goddamn thing. And there's like, all right, we're done with flashbacks, and there's one more flashback, and then it's like, and
so what does it turn into?
it turns into him trying to get his girlfriend back because
He just wants his kids back.
the whole street fight thing was him going after the dude who was running the test facility thing because he survived the explosion.
Well, to
He's
be
going after
fair,
that.
though, they cured his cancer like they said they would.
Yeah.
So is that guy really that bad?
Well, the dude was saying that he knew a way to make him not like fucked up anymore, and then he kidnaps his girlfriend because he made it personal by breaking out and beating the shit out of him and all this other shit.
I hate when that
And so
happens.
it turns into this like, I gotta go rescue my girlfriend from the evil scientist dude on top of the.
This just sounds terrible. I have to say.
No, it was
The more you talk about it, the more
like,
I'm like, this just sounds like a miserable movie.
I don't know. I thought it was fun. I'd put it in the same kind of like Snowpiercer, where it's an interesting action movie. Kind of.
See, Snowpiercer was a good movie.
I loved Snowpiercer. I was trying to
Well,
24. What was it? 2014,
That's
2015 movie.
kind of derails at the end. No pun intended. Well, pun intended.
Yeah, I think
It was-
you were that one. That's fine.
Some part of me knew that that was a very obvious pun, but
Yeah.
Snowpiercer was kind of interesting.
I think it was a great
visually
concept,
fun,
yeah.
and I don't know. I enjoyed it.
The subtext with the dude who's coming after him the whole time is he's getting revenge for killing his boyfriend.
Wait, in Deadpool?
No, in Snowpiercer, the dude who keeps coming after him the whole time, the blonde guy who like keeps getting stabbed and dying,
Like,
like,
won't
keeps
die.
coming back. Yeah.
Why won't you die?
Yeah, like I noticed like in one of the first scenes, like during like
Abe says it was okay.
what Snowpiercer.
I'm somewhere between the two of you, I think.
Oh, man.
I enjoyed it.
I really liked it for some reason. I don't know. I needed a weird movie like that though. It's been a while since I.
There's that new one, High Rise, which is
The one I was looking at was The Lobster.
is that
The
like
Colin Farrell
Snowpiercer?
movie. It sounds weirder than Snowpiercer.
I know that it exists, and I've seen a couple pictures of it.
Have you heard the basic premise?
It's like a love story, I think.
It's weirder than that. It's much weirder than that.
Well, it sounds better than Deadpool already.
It's a weird dystopian future where singles are forced to find a mate within 3 weeks, or the people they get turned into an animal. So it's like this weird combination.
That's
of like
great.
Tusk
I'm
and
on board.
love story. Yeah, right. It's like Colin
Sign me up.
Farrell and somebody else. Yeah, I think it's either coming out soon or it's going the rounds or whatever.
It's going the rounds.
You know, like the
It's on the
road
road.
show thing. You know, I don't know how it works. I just saw like a review for it. I heard
Speaking
it
of
was
road
really
shows,
good.
Kevin Smith's Yoga Hosers
just failing. awfully.
struggled miserably to find a U.S. distributor, and so there's some basically like video on demand company is partnering with him, and they're going to do a bunch of road shows and then do a couple theater things.
I might go see it. I mean, if it comes around, I'll go see it.
Did you ever watch Tusk?
No, I guess I should watch that. First.
Watch Tusk.
Okay.
Realize that the Michael Park stuff is pretty good, and then also realize that the Johnny Depp stuff is completely insufferable, and realize that Yoga Hosers is going to be way more Johnny Depp and no Michael
I
Park.
had someone tell me that the Johnny Depp parts were amazing. Oh, it's like one of Johnny Depp's best roles.
Oh
I'm
my-
like,
it's-
oh.
If you love him doing stupid accents and nothing else,
Yeah. I
then
feel like
you
that's
prob-
what people want though. That's what they want with Johnny Depp. Is they want bad accents.
Apparently
and
not.
wobbly walking and where's
not
the
enough for a
dog
U.S.
and-
distributor, apparently.
Dang. Well, that's for Yoga Hosers, not Tusk.
Yeah. Tusk
got
works.
distributed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tusk works despite Johnny Depp. It completely derails the tone. But the first hour of Tusk, I think, is actually pretty effective and good. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
There's some disturbing scenes in there. It's like, oh, there's a Kevin Smith in there who can jump to a lot of weird places you didn't know he was, able to pull off. And
he
then
seems to do that a lot. Like even Red State had its
Well,
moment.
yeah,
Red State
those
has
are Red
moments
State
where
were
it's
him
so good.
jumping out of his comfort zone.
Yeah.
And I think I wouldn't say either of those is an amazing movie, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in both of them actually, and I didn't dislike them. Then Yoga Hosers seems like
Well,
That's what you'd
his daughter wrote it or something, didn't she?
no, he wrote it.
No,
She's in it.
I'm pretty sure she had a big part in it.
He wrote it for her.
Mm,
You can look. You can look into
okay,
it.
because I thought I heard somewhere that she wrote a movie and he was helping her make it or something like that, and this was her.
That could be a separate thing.
Okay.
It's not Yoga Hosers, but I mean, I don't know.
How's Moose Jaws looking?
He got financing. He's going to
Really?
start filming.
See, I think that one sounds funny.
Explain
I watched
this to
Moose
me.
Jaws.
Explain this to me. So
Uh,
Tusk has, I think, like a $2.5 million budget. Small.
Yeah.
Gets A24, which is like specialty, newish distributor. They do a lot of the specialty releases. It doesn't even make, I don't think, $1 million at the box office. Tusk.
Huh.
A24, which if you look at the stuff, I mean, their movies don't make a lot of money. They don't even want Yoga Hosers and yet somehow he also gets money. Yoga Hosers costs $5 million, by the way.
Jesus.
And then he gets funding for Moose Jaws, but he can't even get a U.S. distributor.
See,
Explain this to me.
I think a movie like Tusk is going to sell a lot more DVD sales, like those $5 DVD bin type sales.
It's got the horror thing.
Yeah, it's got one of those, like, you'll see a movie called Tusk, you're like, what? It's got Justin Long turning into a walrus? That's crazy. I'm going to watch that.
I like your voice for this guy.
That's
oh, man. Tusk.
Hey. I'm going to go watch this movie.
How about that? Justin Long is a walrus.
You should see me in a walrus.
It's just your Will Forge impression, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. I imagine like a stoned Will Forge looking for a movie and he picks out Tusk. It's kind of that's the kind of person who picks out Tusk.
You know what? I've seen Will in a similar compromised context before, and what he did buy, his impulse buy, was Les Miserables, the book by Victor Hugo. Yeah.
I've totally done that where I've gone to like half-price books, like slightly inebriated in some way, shape, or form, and it's just like everything looks so appealing. Like, you just want to get every book that you can. Like,
yes. Well,
and when
I'm like that sober. So,
yeah, I mean, it's even worse whenever you've been drinking or something. You're like, take me to half-price books. And you're like, all right.
He bought it, and then we walked out, and then about an hour later, he's like, I hate Victor Hugo.
Does he even know? I feel like he hasn't even read any other Victor Hugo. He's just saying.
Who's read Victor Hugo?
Yeah, exactly. Who even is Victor Hugo? Is he Les Miserables? I don't know.
Les Miserables, yeah.
I'm not educated in that way. I don't read like French literature.
Well, I don't know what Les Mis is must read exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's where I land on that. Did you watch that movie?
No, I did not. The Wolverine movie?
Yeah.
Spinoff?
It might be as good as X-Men Origins. I'll give it that.
Did you see it? Was it bad?
Les Mis?
Yeah. Was it miserable?
I was just bored. I mean, I don't know. I don't think, I think his name Tom Hooper. He's just not my kind of director.
Mott the Hooper?
Mott the Hooper.
Tom the Hooper?
Mott the Hooper, yes. Let's go with that. I like that.
It's Tom backwards?
It is. That's pretty good. That's a good one.
Okay.
That's a very good nickname for him, Mott the Hooper. Okay. So Mott the Hooper. Well, he made like the King's Speech and that.
See, I heard that one was good. I didn't watch it though.
It was okay.
And you get to see what's his name, just call him Firth. Swear a lot.
In one scene, he swears.
Okay.
And I think that was it. I was just not blown away. That came out the same year as The Social Network. And they were the two ones that everyone was like, it's going to be one of these two that wins.
I remember that year.
I remember being upset because, like,
I actually watched.
Social Network, I was really impressed that David Fincher was able to make such an entertaining movie about the origins of Facebook. And then also to take an Aaron Sorkin script and have just the right level of irony of all these dweebs telling the story of them making a website. And, like, in their mind, they think it's so sexy and cool all the time. And I think David Fincher and Aaron Sorkin were able to, like, they found that just that right balance of you buy it, and it worked beautifully.
They came at that right time where being that computer nerd who could make like a fancy website like that was almost kind of sexy, where it's almost kind of like, dang, girl. You know,
but it's not for real.
Facebook, it's nowhere near as glamorous as they made it look.
When they're in court talking about this experience, though, like in their mind, they're just the coolest guy ever. Yeah. And so I think the movie hit that ironic level so beautifully. David Fincher pulled it off.
I need to watch it.
I really liked The Social Network, and it was really well directed because David Fincher, whether you like the movie or not,
well, he's great.
He puts a lot of work into it, and it shows. And I don't think Mott the Hooper even compares. Although Les Mis would have been tough to direct, but then you got like Russell Crowe just can't sing. There's one song I don't remember the song, but he's just like screaming to songs basically the whole movie. But he's like, there's one where he's standing, I think, like at a river or something. He's like, "We must nip it in the bud." And I thought that was a fun. That's the only part I remember.
See, my problem is I just can't take a musical seriously. Like in general, it's kind of hard for me to like go into the serious phase, and everyone just keeps bursting into songs.
There's some I don't mind.
I don't like it when like it's typical. Like you're at a musical and like the stage kind of clears out a bit so they can sing. I'm just like, oh god, here we go.
I really just don't mind it if it's live and I'm there and the people are doing it. That's a lot cooler.
I like it more live.
Yes.
Just watching it on like a movie is just it's painful for me.
It's harder to be engaged, I think.
I always like turn it down a little bit when the music starts. I'm like, I don't want my roommates to hear this. And it's like, well, The Pirate was on. It's what's her name?
The Pirate?
Audrey Hepburn's in it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's a good one. I don't know.
TCM?
Yeah, I had TCM on for some reason. I'm pretty sure I just like woke up at like 4 a.m. and it was on.
They used to have TCM at the J.
Really?
So I could just go watch a movie and like be on the treadmill.
You could probably just change the channel.
No, they don't have TCM anymore.
They
got a cable plan.
Damn.
Because I was probably the only person at the Jewish Community Center watching Turner Classic Movies.
That sucks.
And it was a tough.
I like turning on every once in a while. Like I usually don't even know what I'm watching.
Yeah. You're just in the middle of some black and white thing, and you're like,
it seems so interesting for some reason.
That's the one thing I really miss from cable. TCM.
Do you not have cable at all?
I know I dropped cable
Okay.
last fall.
Dang.
Aubrey misses Cops, and I miss TCM. If that
Yes.
tells you where we're at.
I watch Cops all the time though. Cops is so fun.
You and her.
It's
I just like. It's not terrible. I
it's
just don't know what's so compelling about it.
It's just funny watching these stupid people do stupid stuff and just get.
That's exactly what she likes about it, I think.
It's,
But I can only watch that for so many hours.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those like it's always on, so it's kind of like one of my fallbacks where if like there's absolutely nothing on, well, Cops is always on.
She'll go to her parents' house sometimes, and she just turns on Cops. She goes
I know a lot of people.
goes
Like
to her room
that.
and
I know a
just-
few girls like that too. It's weird. They all just watch Cops. Like Chelsea watches Cops like 24/7.
Explain this to
That's
us.
like her TV show.
People.
Like Cops.
Good people of the internet. Explain
I
Cops
think
to
they just
us.
they like watching men throw people to the ground. They like the violence. Just
Turns them on.
yeah.
Let's switch gears here.
Oh, turn
Instead
it
of
on.
men, let's talk about women.
All right. Well,
All
that's
right.
what we were just talking about. Wow.
Okay, so
Speaking of women,
Nancy Drew, you're familiar with it, I assume.
yes, kind of, yeah.
Well, it's like Hardy
Female
Boys.
detective type thing.
Female detractive.
Stop calling out my
That was the Freudian slip, I think. That's what I think.
What's detective?
What's like turning attractive
Oh, okay.
into
Yeah,
detective?
I can see that. I didn't think about that.
The detractive detective.
Doesn't count though if I wasn't actually thinking of. I don't know. Like,
It's your subconscious.
oh,
I don't know what your id thinks.
okay. All right.
So anyway, so they had a Nancy Drew pilot, a show.
Like a new one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were going to do it at CBS, and it got turned down by CBS. The pilot didn't go to series because it skewed too female. Explain that one to me. There's my confusion.
Isn't
there.
that like her whole thing? Like
What?
her
Okay,
name-
yeah.
Her name's Nancy. Even I mean, come on.
Her name's Nancy. I don't think that's what they're thinking.
Well, I mean, well, no. I mean, it's when the first word of the title even is Nancy. I mean, you know, it's probably not something to do with a woman.
Well,
probably named Nancy. And you know that it's going to be a pretty female show if the name's Nancy.
Naomi Jones.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the main, like not even necessarily main character, but antagonist should be something about someone named Naomi going on in the movie.
Well, yeah, okay, so, I guess what I'm thinking is you're making, like, a detective show about this, I think she's, like, teenage detective.
See, I think that could be
Solving
interesting. If you
mysteries.
had, like teenage CSI type.
Well, yeah, okay, but my question is,
interesting, yeah.
why do you need a huge male audience for that?
You don't. Plenty of women watch TV.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
Well, okay, I guess the real question that I'm skirting around here is,
Oh, great.
do you think they've ever turned down a show for skewing too male?
Probably, yeah.
Like what?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't look at TV pilots.
You think, like, if they make Cops, they're not worried about if it's too many women watching it.
No, I
Or
don't.
two men.
Cops is a pretty genderless show. I mean, it's just.
I don't know. It's a question.
There
It's a question for the
are
audience.
quite a few female cops as well. I, mean, I know it's mostly male, but still, I mean, they always show a bunch of like female.
I just no, but
detectives
I think that there's like this. There's acceptance that if it goes really well with men, then it's okay. Like for example, the Daily Show with Trevor Noah.
awful.
It's awful. It gets decent ratings among like
just voiced
men
it,
18 to 25 is really their only one that's actually doing okay. The only
That's
demo.
like, that's like,
and
the,
they
that's
say,
like the worst demographic.
yeah,
It's like,
it is. They're the ones
it
no one
really
likes.
is, yeah.
But they're the ones that they say, Comedy Central says this is a really valued demo for us. We're okay that it's not doing well with other ones.
It is the
but we
Comedy
really want
Central
that.
audience, though.
But, okay, but this is my point though. So like they're okay with that, and then you have I guess CBS. I know like they want a broader
What's
audience.
even on CBS at the moment?
Just a million procedurals.
Castle's on there. I like Castle. I'll say that.
Canceled.
Oh, that's okay. They're on like season 10. There's plenty to catch up on for me. I feel like once you go through 10 years of show, I think you're all right.
There's
But I
very
think
few
that's
shows
enough.
that have made it to 10 and we're still good by 10.
Yeah.
I think even.
Well, Castle's one of those like where you don't really have to watch like it in order. You know, it's just
Yeah,
everyone's like they're all connected, but they're different enough that you can just hop in.
When we're on season 10,
yeah.
we'll be doing fine.
Oh yeah, we're already on pretty much season 10 at this point. We're on like show 10. I mean, come on.
Same thing.
Come on.
Really.
Uh,
So that was my thinking there. And then it also came out on the same note.
yes.
Iron Man 3. Did you see Iron Man 3?
Unfortunately, yes.
I didn't see it, but
Oh,
it also
okay.
came out. Shane Black, the director, was talking about how the main villain, not Ben Kingsley, I don't think.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce probably,
Yes.
was originally written as a woman,
Okay.
but Marvel said they wouldn't sell enough toys if they had a female antagonist.
Well,
So they changed it to Guy Pearce.
I don't know with the way his character.
Ridley Scott would have just had it. Guy Pearce play a woman.
Yeah, no, Ridley Scott's fine with his women in his movies.
No, I mean because Guy Pearce played the old guy.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
So
he
it's
was
like,
CG.
like, he can
CG,
just. eh.
CG Guy Pearce
Why
in a
read-
very old movie.
We already have the contract.
A very old woman instead of an old man. They
Yes.
just like shape the facial features a bit differently. But with the way his character's set up, he's just like another fellow scientist who's jealous of Tony.
Yeah, but it could have been a woman, probably fine.
Yeah, I mean, it probably could have. I mean, yeah. And he wants Pepper, though, is kind of the thing. So it's kind of like he's competing for the woman as well. So I feel like that kind of adds to it. So I don't know. Like, they'd have to do a lot differently to have it be a woman.
Would they?
Yeah.
Are there a lot of factors in any Marvel movie?
With the conflict between, him
as
and...
well, 2 scenes?
I hated the third movie, though. Like, it makes the second one look, like, okay.
Enjoy your potatoes.
Yeah. Like, see, the second one I felt like it still had some silliness. Like, 3...
The second one was stupid. It was a dumb movie.
3 spent, like, 30 minutes of Robert Downey Jr. with PTSD wandering out of the forest in, like, North Dakota talking to some kid.
You had me until the kid part.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. Like, him and this kid are walking around Winry Forest. The kid helps him rebuild his Iron Man suit. Apparently kids can do that now. You know.
Oh, man, Tony's in trouble if kids can do it.
I know, right? Yeah, he's going to be forced out in the next 20 years.
His suit is like Legos to the new generation.
Yeah.
They're all making.
He's got the Palm Pilot, and all these kids are whipping out their iPads. You know, it's going to be him in 20 years. So, yeah. He's got his
this series could perpetuate forever that way. You got endless stream of Iron Men and bad guys who have Iron Man suits now because all the kids can do it.
Well, I didn't understand their whole superpower thing that like Guy Pearce had. It's like a regenerative.
It's like nano stuff, isn't it?
It's like starfish DNA or some shit.
What?
And
maybe that's what your coworker has, starfish.
Yeah,
DNA.
Starfish DNA. Well, no,
he's off with this wolf.
The starfish DNA. I think it was starfish. It's some animal that can have limbs cut off and regrow. And basically what it is like, say, like, you lose a finger, all of a sudden you grow a new finger. But they have this problem where, like, people will start basically spontaneous combusting, but, like, explosively. Like, where
well, that's generally how spontaneous combustion
if they get punched too hard or they make too much or something, I don't remember what it was. But, yeah, like, they blow up somehow. Like, the chemical reaction goes out of control and their body, like, just explodes. It's kind of like that episode of Fringe where they turn the person into a bomb with the...
I remember.
He's got, like, some... I don't remember, he gets like injected with something and he like turns into like a crystal and he explodes. He turns into like
I believe that happened.
It's they pretty much copied that episode of Fringe and they made it into a whole thing with Guy Pearce doing it to people instead.
It could have been a lady.
Yeah.
Could have been Rooney Mara.
Yeah.
Might have seen it that way.
That would have been fun. Rooney Mara would make a good villain.
Rooney Mara hamming it up as a villain. I'd watch that.
Did you see Side Effects?
Yes.
That was okay. It was. I like the first half so much better than the second half. The first half, when like you're wondering if she's actually like going like wacko from the drugs and the meds and everything.
I think
like,
it was
so
just
much
like
more interesting.
Jude Law not really caring and getting himself in that huge mess of her actually going crazy would have been a much more interesting movie than the stupid twist.
Yeah, the total twist with Susan Sarandon, was that who it was? Or
Catherine Zeta-Jones. That's not Susan Sarandon.
That's close.
Weird.
With the weird lesbian like love triangle or whatever.
Watching Rooney Mara kill Channing Tatum was very satisfying, I have to say.
Learning that it was all just fake, though, was kind of lame. It kind of let me down a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. The first half was pretty good of that movie. Second half completely lost me.
It sucks when your twist is a let down.
Yes.
That's always a damper on.
When your movie is dependent on a twist, you have to have a really good one. It's a hard thing.
Do.
That's why I don't have plots in my movies.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about you not liking what it's about.
There's no plots, you can't twist it.
Well, you can't spoil it.
You can't twist what you can't plot.
You can put anything out there, and there's really not anything you can spoil in the last 2 movies.
She's making a movie. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, she goes back to the set at one point.
Oh no.
That's like our action, I guess.
Oh yeah, so Deadpool I give a solid. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's average.
Is that on the 10-point scale or 7-point scale?
That's on 10-point scale.
Okay.
7-point scale, is that normal?
7-point scale, like a lot of high schools do that.
I kind of like the 7-star thing, because then you can have like 3.5 as a good middle. And
okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but still. I'd give it I guess on the 7 scale, probably like a 4 or 5. Probably in the 5 range.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I legitimately laughed at a lot of points.
You ready for our Walden Pond of the Week?
Yeah, what's
Walden Pond.
What's the tweet of the week? Walden's Pond of the Week.
All right, look away. So I asked this God damn it. Okay, sorry. Throw it over. So I asked this Cuban girl at the bar what kind of drinks they have in Cuba like 8 times last night.
Yeah. I wonder what answers he got all 8 times. Probably just like tequila and rum, I'd assume. It's probably 2 of the big ones. Yeah, Cuba Libre.
I just like the idea that she probably answered him every time. He kept forgetting that she'd answered him, and he just kept asking the same question as he got
so what kind of drinks do you drink in Cuba?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I pictured being.
Club soda.
So what do they drink in Cuba? You have interesting drinks in Cuba? Like, she's probably been talking to him. She talks to him for a few minutes and just goes he reverts back to the same question because he forgets that she answered
I picture that's her, like, talking to her friend or something like that.
He comes over.
So what do they drink in Cuba? She answers them and like, just kind of ignores him.
And he does the for a little while.
5 minutes later, he's like, hey, so what do they drink in Cuba?
That's Cuba.
Say to Cuba.
We need your vegetable lasagna from Cuba one day.
Yeah, is that even legal? Is that considered?
Yeah, now it is.
Yeah, it's true.
Thanks a lot, Obama.
Have a illegally imported show via stream into the United States.
Yeah, we might have to pre-tape it.
That's funny. Yeah. I wonder if that would work even, if we could do a live show from Cuba. I feel like the internet should work that way. As long as we have, like, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi.
Alright, so you got a Bollywood story.
I do.
Let's go to it.
Prior to Deadpool, we were at the Dollar Theater. We're hanging out.
Yeah.
Trailers are
How is
going.
the Dollar Theater these days? I haven't been to it since they renovated.
They renovated?
Well, do you remember like 10 years ago when it was just miserably bad? That's the last time I was there.
Okay, no. I mean, I haven't really gone much until like last, I don't know, probably since like high school or so.
I used to know the kid of the manager there a long time ago. So I've got some free movies.
I knew a guy who worked at the box office and he quit whenever one of the other coworkers like stabbed him. And so he was like, I'm done with this store, and then he went somewhere else.
Right, that sounds like the place I remember.
Yeah, right.
But I imagine it's a little nicer now.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, I think it's got the...
We're down to 2 viewers now. We're not being interesting, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the show's going well.
Too bad for you guys.
Yeah, well,
People who
anyways,
yeah.
I think it's gotten to the point where movies have gotten so expensive that the dollar theater has become more socially acceptable, as to where it's not just a bunch of weirdos going to the dollar theater.
I think the problem was that it was such a sketchy place that the stigma wasn't so much that you're going to a dollar theater and paying less so much as that was just not a nice theater.
Yeah. I think it's fine now. I mean, it's clean. It's not sticky.
That's
That always helps.
The sound works?
The sound works.
Okay.
However, apparently they don't know how to play the right films. We were...
it's kind of a problem when you're a movie theater.
No, I don't think this was a problem this time, because this was great. Like, I really want to watch the movie they showed us.
Okay.
Because we're, the trailers are fine, everything's all fine and dandy. And then, the credits, like the intro credits start, and we notice like, well, this isn't English. There's like all these weird symbols and shit.
And you think you're watching Deadpool.
But
you're probably like,
well, it's a fourth wall breaking movie. Kind of thing. I was thinking maybe they're going to start with a fake. They're going to pull a Monty Python start off with the fake movie, then I was going to cut to the real movie eventually. So we're sitting there, or I thought maybe even it was just another trailer that was just going on. Some weird movie they were going to be showing since the Dollar Theater. They do shit like that. And so we're sitting there. And there's no English on the screen. They're babbling and like
they're babbling. Bad choice of words.
Sorry, they were speaking like Hindu.
They're eloquently speaking to each other in their beautiful language. That's not
yelling
English.
at each other in Hindis. I don't know.
If you're good, make it worse.
Okay.
Just move on.
Anyways, they're all speaking Indian. And what's the proper term? Correct me. Do you even know?
I don't know what language it was. Bengali, maybe.
Bengali. Okay, there we go. They're all speaking Bengali. We'll assume it's Bengali.
Okay.
And it's very clear that
I don't know what Bollywood language.
It's one of those like very over the top Bollywood movies.
Yeah.
And they eventually like English subtitles pop in, and we're kind of picking up like the subtext as the whole goes along. And they got like the little.
What was happening?
It's almost like Kung Fu Hustle, where
I never saw that.
You never saw Kung Fu Hustle?
No.
Okay, basically, like they have basically Slum City type thing. Where well, it is. It's a slum, and it's this big plot of land. This guy owns it. It's pretty much like a plantation type deal where everyone lives on the land. They all work for this one guy, and he's this big, loving, caring. He's like, I love all you guys. And it's a nice plantation, and everything's great. Cause, he's nice to all of his workers. Everyone's happy. They're all well fed. And this other guy comes in, he pulls some legal loophole, and he's like, I actually own this land, and I'm taking it away from you. And I'm taking it. Yeah, and so it's like, this guy's like, no, not my McMansion, and he's getting all pissed off. He's like, I'm going to take you to court. It's getting
Is this Kung Fu Hustle?
No, it's not Kung Fu Hustle. No, this is the Indian movie.
I was going to say,
well, I mean, the whole thing with Kung Fu Hustle was, there's the whole slum thing, except this one's this downtrodden slum. There's this, the evil lady landlord is mean to this one guy who wants to be in this gang.
Okay. This is turning into a Bollywood legal drama.
It kind of, very overplayed, very overdramatic. Picture like, kind of like a telenovela type, like, obnoxious, like there's all this crazy music's going, and he's all over dramatically. He's like, I'm taking you to court, and like they're just standing outside like the big plantation. It's got bright sunny skies, big plantation house, and like it jumps to there's like the court table, and there's the jury at the thing, and they're listening to the plea. And it zooms out a bit, and they're still in the front yard. They've just got like the judge's stand set up, and
so it's a comedy.
Yeah, it turns out to be like this like silly comedy.
And you're kind of like this might not be so bad.
Yeah, like I actually wanted to see the rest of it because it started getting really funny. It's like they're taking you to court, and then the guy's front yard, going to court.
So the guy comes out, he's like, I'm sorry, I'll switch over to Deadpool. You're like,
yeah, and then they cut it. And they're like, no. And then,
Just leave it. It's fine.
Yeah, then, I don't know. I need to figure out what movie it was.
Did you get a refund?
It seemed hilarious. No, I didn't even bother. I mean, I didn't care.
You didn't get your $3 back?
My $3. Nah. I didn't care. I thought it was interesting enough that it was worth the
And we don't know the title?
10 minutes now, but I'm sure I could figure it out somehow.
Look it up, guys.
Yeah, if someone could figure it out for me, that'd be great. It was like it.
Help Chris find this Bollywood movie. And now it's the end of the show now.
Well, no, I still have one more thing.
You still have one more
I
thing?
have two more things.
You have two more things?
Do you not have anything left?
I don't know. Maybe.
Am I more prepared than you?
I don't memorize my list.
What time is it? How far are we?
We're at 8:59 right now.
When we start? Oh, wow, that's quick.
You wanted? We can do an extended show.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay, well.
I see. I have this this fantasy that we're gonna get back into the groove of like doing a show from a very specific amount of time. So we're like, okay, we're almost done.
Well, I think
we're
with the
done
whole live
live,
thing, we can just keep going and it's alive.
We can, because
it's a live show. It's literally alive. It's breathing in front of us. As we breathe.
We're down to 2 viewers, so what do we have to lose?
One of them's Abe's.
One of them's Abe. Abe doesn't have a show on after this, so I mean, yeah. They sing Heat Wenders. Is that the title?
I don't know. It wasn't in English.
He'll just go with whatever you say.
Yeah, I'll look that up.
Let's
see if
sure.
that's it. It looked hilarious. Like it sounded like ridiculously fun.
So
but,
you've got two more things.
Got two more things.
Craziness.
So. One of the things I've been doing the last few times I've been on the show is my Vice article that pisses me off.
I thought you were going to say like. No, never mind.
I have nothing to talk about. No.
Yawning.
But anyways, this one actually is an article from Vice, but it's more of just Vice being a douchebag.
That's Vice's whole thing.
It is, and this is just absurd because their whole they have a music site that they also run called Noisy, and I think they have like one or two other ones. Noisy is kind of like their hip hop, like the more urban type music kind of thing they go for, and then I don't remember what their other one is. And anyways, there's this little band called Vice Versa out of L.A., and they got a cease and desist from Vice News saying that Vice Versa is too close to the name and their logo is too close to Vice's, and that they need to shut down all operations immediately.
And there was an article not on Vice about it.
No, Vice of course didn't say anything about it.
Okay.
Besides, it's infringing on our name because Vice Versa and Vice.
They should send that one Speedo long hair guy.
Yeah, right.
To go swim in some radioactive compost and then go tell them about it.
Well, and the band's like, we already trademarked the name. There was no problem with it when we did everything. And their logo literally looks nothing like the Vice logo. It just says Vice Versa, and that's their logo.
If I saw a band called Vice Versa, I would not automatically associate that with Vice News.
No, not at all. And especially like when I don't know, Vice is usually big on supporting the whole underground arts and people doing their own thing and making music, and they're totally okay with people doing this type of shit if it's some other company. But as soon as it's them, and it's not even that close. There's even the context that
you're going to take down Vice.
Well, the context there is even like what bothers me because Vice, obviously Vice's context is vices and vices, like bad things that you kind of want to read about,
right?
Because you're curious.
Like
and vice versa is, it's vice versa.
It's a different thing.
It
doesn't mean the same
there's
thing.
literally no connection there. They're just being assholes and filing cease and desist. Like it's
Yes, they are. That's a Vice.
Yeah.
I think we just need you to get to the point where you can take them down.
I wish.
Get them in the crosshairs and take them down. Take dead aim on the rich kids.
Like the one article I found was like $2.5 billion Vice News has a problem with like bands struggling to pay rent.
Band.
Yeah, it's just like it's not even like a big band. They have like 1,000 followers on Facebook or some shit like that. Like there's some little band.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I know, right? It's easy to get followers as a band. Though. I mean, you play a couple shows and people eventually.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
I guess my closing story has to do with sneezes. We all love them. We sneeze every once in a while, right?
You're so
I sneeze.
This is
you
so
sneeze,
weird.
isn't it?
What is going on today? I'm just like sitting here.
Well, it's been like 3 weeks. I have so much to talk about. And
maybe we should just have you take 2 weeks off between every show. Well, yeah.
But,
if you would spread this out over 3 weeks, it would have been fine.
It would have been terrible. I would have had like one story per week.
No, you'd get like 12. We would have like 4. You'd do like 4 of your 12 every week, and we'd be fine. So, what you're doing is you're creating this expectation that next week everyone's going to.
I'll keep it up. Watch me. I'll do it. Okay, I can do it. I will.
Hold them to this.
I will.
Viewer.
You.
You. All right.
Anyways,
my
last story, my going away story is
Your going away story.
My going away story.
But we'll be back next week.
So I'm walking into my apartment the other day. Yeah. Typical. Get home from work.
We all love sneezes.
Getting out of my car.
You've got like 2 stereotypical radio openings to this story already. Okay. Yeah.
And I'm walking in, and there's someone else, like, she's like walking to her car, and she sneezes. and it's this very, very loud sneeze.
Like a gross one?
Very loud, gross sneeze.
Like, oh.
And I thought she was like walking her dog out, and I thought it was her dog who sneezed. So I was like, "Holy shit!" or something like that. Like I made like this very obvious reaction to it, and like I looked over my shoulder and everything, and she just whips around and she gives me the dirtiest look I think I've ever seen. I just kind of like whipped back around, shut the door, and like went up the stairs to my apartment. I was like, just
hold on.
I was just like, I'm going. Like, it was this really like nasally, like there was like kind of going with it, and I was like, oh Jesus, or something like that, and I like turned around.
But it's because you thought it was a dog?
Yeah, I thought she was. Well, usually when people like they always come out and they take the dogs out, and I couldn't like I didn't walk like right by her, like we kind of like went on opposite sides of like a car or something like that. So she's kind of like going over here, I'm going this way, but like when I heard her sneeze, like I turned around and I could see her.
So you're justifying it though, that you saying that out loud is like,
yeah,
you'll be able to...
I didn't know it was her sneezing. I thought it was somebody else. Instead of like the normal bless you, I gave her an oh shit or a hey, or holy shit.
You're thinking like, if anything, you guys will be on the same level because you're both disgusted by the dog.
Yeah.
But instead, you just made yourself disgusted at her, and she took it as you just being a complete jerk to the stranger.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody give me such a dirty look. It was so weird.
I think you deserve it.
Yeah, I probably did. And it's like, I felt bad. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't apologize because it was too late. Like the door was already shutting, and I'm already going inside. And she's outside, and I'm just like, I just let it go. I don't know if she lives there. I guess I'll see if I walk by her again and she sneezes some other time. Yeah, it's just It was.
Well, that's a good story to end on, I think.
Yeah, see, I thought so. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Are we going to see any movies before next week? Let's do a quick little tease.
I'm probably going to see Green Room because I didn't get a chance to see it last night or whatever night that was, the night before.
They say good things about it.
Yeah, indeed they do.
Give me a weird look there. I'm not being a jerk. I'm just saying. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else that comes out. They've got Ingrid Bergman stuff at film streams. I might go see one of those.
I saw that on the little board.
I think Journey to Italy tomorrow evening I might try to get to. I haven't seen a movie in a long time because of this stupid thing we've been doing every weekend.
I got to help somebody move, and maybe after that I can come by and
what time do we
go see a movie. I don't know yet. That's the thing.
Just make our plans on the air.
Well, that's what we always used to do.
This was a weird show. This could have been on like a morning radio station.
This is what our shows should have always been, pretty much.
This is what Tuesdays and Tom.
Thanks. I can be Tuesday. You can be Tom.
That's on Zissou now. Tuesday and Zissou.
Yeah.
That doesn't have a good ring to it. That's
not at all.
I like the salty, crispy and salty show.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Okay. No, we might see Ingrid Bergman movie. Might see Green Room.
We'll have all sorts of stuff.
We'll try to get Will. We still haven't heard anything from him.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get pissed off at Vice one more time by then.
You will. Well, I think you're going. What you've done is you've evolved beyond where you started because you were doing sort of like undermining them from the inside, but now you've gone on the outside.
I was amazed
and dug up some dirt on them.
Like it's just.
I am too, but that's usually when I just watch a normal video that they have. I don't even have to know that they're being jerks to people.
Yeah.
It's just like they think they're being informative, but they're just annoying me. So that's our tease for next week. Ethiopian coffee we were drinking.
Ooh,
forgot to talk about that.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a little dark.
Very good.
I'm gonna try to get something lighter.
I'm probably gonna be up all night now.
Up all night. Time to watch Barry Lyndon when you're up all night.
Oh God, it's in like 3 hours.
It is like 3 hours, but it's a beautiful 3 hours. All right. Well, I think that's our show. Thank you guys. Oh, there's 2 people watching now again, so
thank you too.
We've done something right. And tell your friends. Subscribe to this channel. You can stick around tomorrow,
as it says.
I think Abe and Dan are doing what's it called? They're doing something like 10 oddest casting choices in movies ever. So you can watch that tomorrow night.
I'm sure Guy Pearce will probably be on there with his old man one. I feel like that's a.
I don't want to say,
I think they did that. My vibe from that was they wanted to do a prequel at some point with Guy Pearce as whatever Wesley. Was it Wayland?
Leslie?
I said Wesley.
As Leslie?
I remembered it was a W with the big
Leslie
logo.
Wayland.
I couldn't remember if it was like with Wayland.
Yeah.
I think that was his last name.
So
that way they could have Guy Pearce do it and he still looks like how he does. You see? That's kind of my vibe. Or maybe it's for like
another prequel series.
Yeah.
The Prometheus prequel series that leads into Prometheus.
Prometheus Covenant.
Comes in Prometheus's back door this time instead of Alien.
Yeah.
All right. Well. Anyway, subscribe to this channel. We got
stuff.
Movies and stuff tomorrow. I'll be on the debate show on Thursday talking Ayn Rand in relation to superhero movies.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Really?
AYN.
Yeah, I knew that. I still thought it was like I am.
Iron.
And like it's like you. It's like
Okay, well, let's stop it here. Let's stop it there. Let's just cut that off. I think that's
too
enough.
late. We can't.
How do you turn it off again?
You gotta push the stop button. You
Okay.
gotta-
Oh, wait, let's go to the last scene though.
Oh, that's right. There's.
Let's fade out because we have a thing.
But yeah, in case you didn't notice this whole time,
Yeah.
we have like an actual template going for our show. It looks very nice.
Check this out. Check out this ending. Wait till
watch
you see
this.
the ending.
This is gonna be great.
Goodbye.
Adios. Good timing.
Let's cut it off.